Yo, 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 what's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Nate the Great coming at you with another live. You already know if you're new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. To all the returning friends and family, you already know it's peace and blessings. Give y'all a little bit of time to tune in case these notifications ain't go out. Get myself comfortable like I'm normally doing. Workflow as always. But I had to bring something tonight. First things first, hopefully everybody had a blessed and productive Thursday. Hopefully everybody was smoothly able to get through the work day, kids was able to get through the school day. And we almost to the weekend again. Hopefully whatever you got planned for the weekend, again, just keep yourself safe, keep yourself on all accords, and just be blessed to have another day here breathing. Those in the city, yeah, the weather did a complete 180 right now. Been raining off and on, but it's been extremely humid. So this be one of the nights I tell you, man, just keep yourself right. Just dress accordingly, basically. That's it. Appreciate everybody that tuned in earlier this morning for the conversation. Shout outs to Letitia and shout outs to Harry for popping in on the panel. Definitely was a good conversation amongst both. Missed it, catch the replay. Tonight, might have to switch the title up, but nonetheless, I am focusing on that tonight to a degree. Um, dangers. Dangers of mental health, the dangers of physical disabilities, and the dangerous outcomes that we have. Cat Daddy, what's going on, my guy? I would honestly say in this notion right here that again, you know, there are some things that need to be reevaluated and looked at. And again, it does come to the people. Cool gamer, what's going on? Not gonna hold you. It's a scary world out here as it is now, right? But for some people, it's even more scarier because you never know who's suffering from what. Or you never know who could be suffering and they not getting that proper help. Like prime example, you physically disabled and you don't have no next to kin or anybody that really would help you. You basically squandering yourself. Or you're basically slowly dying off. Hate to say it that way. There are some people out there who are suffering like that. Not getting the proper care, nobody's checking on them, not even to see if they're all right. In those instances, they could always go for the bad because when you're not checking in on the people you need to, that could be their last spin around this earth. And how would you feel if that was sitting on your conscience? You know you could have did a little bit better and you didn't. Because I'm gonna keep it real. There are some people who are just, if they're born with those disabilities, there's nothing you can do. Most you can do is again just uplift and still try to keep that person going. Not supposed to be limitations on life, even if you are disabled. But see, let the world tell it, you know, you're not human. Or let certain people in the world say it, you just a waste of space. But I don't see it like that. I would encourage some who are feeling like they're being neglected, ones who feel like they don't have the people on their side. Guess what? Start making those calls when you need to. Make the calls to the most important people. You know you're going to need the help and nobody's willing to help. You should not suffer in silence. Platty, what's going on, baby? Hey, that's the worst thing again, suffering in silence. You know, And sometimes you're gonna have to be your own. You're gonna have to be your own strength and willpower. Prime example: you can't be laid up in bed, even if you are disabled to where you can't walk. I don't think it's I don't think it's the right move to just be propped up in the bed damn near every day, damn near 24/7. No, gotta get out and enjoy life. See, there's some people who I feel, in my opinion, will go down a road of darkness if they already feel like they're disabled and can't do nothing. That starts picking at their brain. No doubt, Platty, baby. That right there will cause a little discouragement because now they feel like, again, they worthless. But you should never feel worthless. For those who are physically disabled at this point, yes, you're still breathing, you're still blessed, regardless to how you feel. Never let nobody make you feel any type of way. You don't allow limitations to stop you from living your life as a normal human being, regardless to what. World is cruel at times. You have people that just don't care, and I believe some of it is a sickness too. Not just a mental sickness, but a spiritual sickness. Might delve deep into that at some point. Put my put my famous banner up. James, what's going on? Carlos, what's going on? But again, you got to think about that. In the world that we living in today, most of the love and compassion that we once had as society, that sucker is out the window. Part of it is because I believe, again, there's certain things being done that's not just a spiritual sickness and a mental sickness. It's just a cancer, period. It's a cancer to the culture, basically. If you got family members, whether it's directly, first cousins, or whoever, 9 out of 10, you gonna be the one that's gonna be able to hold them down, hold them back. I always felt that the physically disabled, again, even when they ain't getting those services, there's some people that you're literally right next to each other. Like I said, there's no way I could be living next door to somebody that watched me grow up. And I don't think to say, let me make sure that person good, knowing that their family might not even be around. Let me make sure this person good. Let me see if this person needs something or not. We have a lot of people, whether they're in scooters, walkers, full blown wheelchairs, all of that. They're not letting it stop them. You know, I just came across somebody before I even started this live, in the middle of a round. God know out here got both prosthetic legs. Riding his scooter, and when he ain't riding his scooter, he walking. Now, for some people, that might be a little painful, but hey, he not letting the fact that he had to get both of his legs amputated stop him from living life. And that's one thing I could say for some people. Don't let people disturb your balance. Court, what's going on, baby? Again, you're gonna have to live your life. Because nobody else is gonna live it for you. If you happen to come to a situation where you do end up getting physically disabled, it wouldn't matter. It wouldn't matter if it was your sight. It wouldn't matter if it was paralysis, so on and so forth. Even if you have to amputate one or two things, don't let it cripple you in the mind either. Again, when people are feeling like they less than, that starts right there, the unbalanced thinking. That could lead to some serious mental health crises that will drive people off the deep end. Again, think about it. If you are used to doing certain things and now it seems like you can't do it no more, that's how it starts because it's seeping in right now. You should never feel that way again. You're still breathing. So again, in that sense, that's a blessing right there. It's not too many people that can say that. It's not too many people again that can tell their story because of the situations. Physically disabled people should not be treated like they yesterday's garbage. They should not be treated like they second class citizens. Killer, what's going on? Because you gotta look at it. That could be somebody in your family. It could be somebody that you came up with and that's their family. Can't do that. Again, it's supposed to be care and compassion. I don't gotta love you to care enough about you to fucking make sure you're good. That's the one thing. I got people I really don't, and it ain't nothing personal with them. But shoot, I still check on certain people. That's just me. That's how I'm always gonna be. Because again, it ain't about you. Hammer, what's going on, baby? I gotta catch your replay. I think I missed your live earlier by a little bit. It's been a rough one. It's been a busy one this weekend. Serious, what's going on, baby? But just they're not supposed to feel that way. The dangers of that, if it gets to a point where they really start hating themselves, they start doubting themselves, the next thing you know, it could be a situation where they could end up offing themselves. And who wants to go through that? Um, um, there's so many different parameters to what's going on right now, and I believe some of it is linked to mental health. We don't think that is real, but trust me, it's as real as it gets, and it affects everybody again. I'll get to the I'll get to the mental aspect in a minute. Um, I'm more on the physical right now because again, there's some of them who are supposed to be looked after and they getting abused in the worst ways. Again, I would advise even some of you who still are lucky to have your parents or grandparents. I wouldn't care how old they are. I wouldn't care what the situation is. You are the best lifeline to making sure everything is everything. Before you dump them into any type of homes, if you know you can't do it, you got to make sure that the homes you putting them into or the people that you putting them in care with are just doing that, caring for them. Metro, what's going on? Wait a minute. Girl. Oh no, listen. That part right there. Listen, you gotta really take that for what it is. First of all, there are people who are suffering from that, and again, they're getting the wrong dosages of medication. But again, I'm gonna tackle that in a minute. There are people with physical disabilities who are getting thrown to the wolves, and even by their own family. And that's not the way to go about it. Real as again, you should never, and I mean never, forsake your peoples just because that could be you. I've always said there's karma that comes around certain things. When you do the people around you wrong, especially when you know you're supposed to help them the best way possible, you're not just blocking your blessing, but you are setting yourself up for a karma that you're not going to be real with. I hear you, Metro. It's the way you're supposed to do it. See, and I'll be honest with you. When I get to the next stages, I'm gonna really be honest. There's some of y'all who really have to be mindful. I'm gonna get to that mental health in a minute, definitely. Right now, I feel this is the worst thing. Um, the worst thing again is leaving somebody for stuff. This person might need help, and I'm gonna be honest with you. There's some people who, if they don't have proper medical or Medicare, whatever, they ain't getting those not getting those home health aides and stuff like they supposed to. But in my opinion, you still supposed to. If you feel you the closest one that can do everything, I would advise a lot of y'all, especially if you feel that's what you really want to do. You want to really help take care of people. Doesn't matter what their situation is. Get into that. Get into that nursing field. Get into that home health aid field. Get into anything that's going to be good. Lisa, what's going on, baby? I gotta hit you on the Discord. Don't worry, I ain't forget about you. It's just been a long afternoon. If y'all just tuned in, hit the like button. I'll drop the link at some point in case anybody want to chime in on the situation tonight. You know how I do it. But again, it's the saddest notion in the world when you getting dumped off like garbage for what? BMF, what's going on? Again, some people are not fortunate to get those services that they need. And depending on again what kind of health care or what kind of Medicare they got, they might not be obligated to get that, which I feel everybody should get that. Once you're physically disabled, yeah, you should be able to get that. But for the ones that don't, those are the ones that are getting left to hang. And it's sad. Just imagine you can't really get up to do certain things you really want to do. How you supposed to eat, man? Again, I always felt communication was the best level to again keeping the balance strong and keeping it where it need to be at. And it's a crazy world we living in right now. Times definitely have changed, and there are things that we see on the daily. Prime example, before I came into work, a guy laying dead in the middle of the street. Not drunk, he don't smell no liquor or nothing. Just laying in the middle of the street, sleep. If that's not a sign of mental health right there, I don't know what is. And that's dangerous because you laying in the middle of the street and the car could have came and ran you over. But you have some people who are out there in the streets like that. I'll get to that in a minute, definitely. But again, you got somebody with a physical disability, regardless to how stressful it may be. If you know you're willing to help. It's not going to be an easy road. And you got to think about it. When you shown that you don't even care, they start not to care about themselves. Angela, what's going on, baby? Some instances, I'm going to get down to the mental in a minute. But in some instances, when we really come down to physical disabilities, nobody should be left on stuff. But you also got to be aware when they do get them services on who is actually going to be there to take care of that person, regardless to what. It's a job that you might not want to have to deal with. But again, if you know you can't really do what you need to do to help that person, why still let them suffer? They still gonna need the help regardless. See, again, we have come into a society now where everybody is again for self. That selfishness is going to be the downfall for a lot of different things. Why? Because again, you're only focusing on self. You should really focus on those who really need the help and want the help. Yeah, we know we got some that don't want it. They'll reject it. But that still doesn't mean you still don't help regardless. They might not want it, but they're gonna have to accept it at some points. Because again, nobody should ever feel like they lower than scum. Period. Nobody should ever feel like their life ain't worth it when again you're able to breathe and you're able to do certain things that most people right now are not going to be able to do. Especially the ones who are laid up in the hospital. You don't know when they could be gone. So while you still the lucky ones to breathe, yes, you definitely must keep yourself in order too. When you feel nobody else is going to help you, you got to try to help yourself. That's the best way you can do it. But again, I've always felt again, family should never leave family on stuff. I wouldn't care who it is, it could be your mother, your grandmother, whoever. Don't leave them on stuck when you know they physically disabled. And if you know there's certain people you really can't trust around certain situations, then you make it your situation. Prime example, I know this lady that disabled, oldest daughter is in the Navy, I believe, which means her granddaughter, who's supposed to be actually taking care of her, ain't doing as much as they supposed to be doing. And then we find out why. Drugs. You know it's sad when you got to ask somebody else, whether it's within the family or outside the family, to do errands for you because she can't be trusted with money. That's a form of abuse right there, in my opinion. And it's sad. You know, these people deserve much more than what they're getting. Hey, what's going on, gamer? What's going on? You know, and I think that is the saddest part again when they feel like they are less than. I think it is time for us to make a change. You know, each and every one of you should be making a change again to try to give people the help that they possibly need, especially if you claim you care about them. Even if it's the simplest thing, yo, do me a favor. I need you to go to the store. All right, what you need? What you want? When I had family that was sick when I was young, it was the same shit. What you need? What you want? I got you. You know. Yeah, I know, Cat. And that's the thing, though, man. It's messed up when you are supposed to have family helping you and they're not helping. Saddest thing in the world, for real. You know, now I'm sad because again, sad you gotta go outside of your peoples just to get something done. Joe, what's going on, baby? There should be no selfishness when it comes to situations. Because guess what? I've always felt the same way your parents bathed you, changed you, or did anything for you, even if it was your grandparents. Again, whoever was raising you, the same way they was doing it. When they get older, you need to be taking care of them as well too, or at least have the right people around that you can trust that will help with that. Some of these situations, again, you can't deal with them alone. A person that's constantly or that's mostly solely thinking about their situation, especially if it's a bad one, they'll start leading to those crises, like I'll speak about. It's crazy. You gotta care about yourself more than anything. When you see that things are falling apart, you want to have to try to pick up whatever pieces you can. But again, you still have a life to live, no matter what's going on. And that's the saddest thing in the world, again, when they are getting left out there to dry. And again, that will sit on your soul. That will sit on your conscience in some levels because you were supposed to be here to help and you didn't help. And some of you will neglect your people to the point where once something real dangerous happens, now all of a sudden you're the victim. Can't do that. Now you get serious, baby. Again, there are things that you're not going to be in control of. I spoke about this more than a few times. Some things you're not going to be on grip on it. If prime example, I know somebody had a mental break. There's nothing I could do about it if I wasn't aware of it. But what I can do, if it's somebody that I know and it's somebody that I'm really good with, I'm going to go find out at least what's going on. That part right there, you can at least do. See what's going on. See if you could possibly help that person from avoiding another relapse like that. Again, in those notions right there, even when it comes down to mental health, all you have to do is really sit down and have a conversation. Sometimes the most thing you can do again is just listen. Some people just need somebody to listen to them, and guess what? They'll feel better after that. You know, see, when it comes down to mental health now, I'm going in there. This is why I said on all angles, even with the parents, you got to be on call. You got to make sure that this is not the road you might be going down. There's some of you, again, who will neglect your children knowing that they have these problems. And you're not getting the proper help. Now, prime example, if you have a child that suffers from autism, prime example, or I forget the other one, but basically they're going to be aggressive. At certain points, they're going to be aggressive. I was watching a video earlier and they was asking how this lady deals with her son's outburst and his little heated moments. And he was hitting her. Like he kept slapping and hitting. But for every one slap that he did, she kept restraining his hand. Then she said something about safe hands and he calmed down. So again, there are people who are dealing with a whole lot. You never know what could be going on. But if you know there's something wrong with your child from young, you have to assess the situation, and then again, you have to make sure you get the proper help and the requirements that you need. Don't let your child suffer because you don't know what to do or you feel you don't want to do nothing. Now, what if your child has both physical and mental disabilities. How do you deal with that? There are some people who they can't deal with it. It's stressful. They'll quit. But then you got those who know what it is. Regardless to what, this is my blessing right here, and I'm not going to allow my blessing to be messed up. And I know this conversation might trigger some people. It might even trigger not even disagreements. It's just going to trigger some people. Because again, this is something that's not to be played with. Mental disabilities, nor physical disabilities are not to be overlooked and thrown in the garbage like yesterday's news. Can't do it. Can't overlook that. Now, again, might have to deal with it a different way. There's some of them who are getting help because, again, they can only do but so much. You know, there's some people who are going to have to be wise in what they're doing too. You can't, even if you are going to get your children help, make sure they're getting the proper help and make sure that these people are qualified to do so. I mean, extensive background, all of that. Something don't seem right, go find somewhere else to get the help. But you should never quit. I hear you, bro. And that's how you're supposed to do it. When you know you got people up there in age, especially the ones that love and care for you the most, supposed to show that same love back. Supposed to show that same love back. Nothing is worse than, again, knowing that you have people within your family realm that are having these type of problems and you don't go get that corrected. And I think that's the most irresponsible thing a parent could ever do anyway. If I know my kid is suffering from aggression issues, could be ADHD, anything along those lines, the first thing I'm going to do is try to do what I can do as a parent. I'm going to try to get them help, and then I'm going to try to do the best I can to help them as well. Now, I don't need to be a doctor to just tell it like it is. There's some of you parents who have just gotten too shitty and lazy. Sorry to say it that way. Some of you are continuously bringing kids in the world, and if you know some of them are going to possibly have these type of ailments and illnesses, you got to be prepared for hospital stays. Sometimes you got to be prepared for medical bills out the yin yang, so on and so forth. But that's what comes with that. If you do have a child that's both physically and mentally disabled, you're going to have to deal with a lot. But you should still, remain strong in all notions. Because again, regardless to what, you was blessed with a gift. And then, like I said, there, closing prime example when it comes down to the mental health aspect of it. I'm thinking about some of the adults too who are out here in the streets now. Out here in the streets because they have been kicked out of their places of residence where they were being housed, proper medication. There's some people that you would never know is suffering from any type of mental health until you see that they're no longer on the meds. And then it shows up. Wanda, what's going on, baby? Again, we get some attacks that are happening right now. And some of these attacks are being done by people who, again, have long medical history of some sort of mental disability. Another danger of it not being treated or it not being taken care of. Look at some of these people right now who are missing right now, missing people right now. Some of these people that are missing as far as the grown-ups is concerned, you know, if a grown-up go missing, half of the time it's going to be because of mental health. It's going to be because of that. I done watched 3 posters today, right? All 3 of those posters missing people. All 3 of them adults. One of them definitely looked like he an elder. Guess what is all at the bottom of it? Suffers from dementia, suffers from schizophrenia, bipolar, stuff like that. One of them, I think, was autistic. And we remember what happened a long time ago with the autistic boy that left out of the, well, that ran out the school. And security didn't do anything to stop it. You seen what happened? That's what I'm saying. There's things that you can't ignore. I don't care how much you try, you can't ignore it. There should be no reason why, you're not paying attention to the precious gifts, even when this situation's going on. Diamond, what's going on, baby? You know, and it's sad because the adults who suffer from this, in my opinion, they don't need to be suffering because they're a danger to themselves and others. And again, some of them have that extra strength in them. So if it does become a hostile situation, you're gonna be struggling. Trust me. You're gonna be either struggling or you're gonna be really having to do something that you wouldn't necessarily have to do. And that's what most people do try to avoid, you know. That's why I said they need to start reopening up a lot of these facilities. Because again, the people are out here hurt. It's bad enough we got people out here without the mental health that's hurting, but they got to be out here suffering and hurting too. And with things that are going on, man, you crazy. Look here, I just talked about that recently. About you know, you got people who are doing things that shouldn't be done in the first place, like attacks. You know, you're attacking people that do have these type of issues. You don't get no kudo points for that. And a lot of times when we have situations that are occurring, again, got to look at the family background. Have to take a look at it. And again, parents, something is off with your kid. Find out what's going on. Take your time. You have to. You overlook something or underlook something, you might be creating a problem. And that right there too could cause a lot of mental anguish when there's abuse going on. And anytime you're not doing what you need to for your child's safety, that's the worst type of irresponsibility and abuse a parent could ever do. That's just in my opinion. If I know my child is suffering from anything, I'm going to find out what's going on. And then from there, I'm going to make sure I be the best parent that I can. If I got to go through the ups and downs with it, so be it. At the end of the day, it's the blessing. And the child is supposed to be the focus regardless to what. Again, look how many adults go missing. Same way with some of these youngins. They suffering from serious issues and they disappear. They might have had a moment where they got triggered so badly, they decide to walk off. Gotta remember, when you have people who are suffering from mental disabilities, yes, they go through stresses too. Hence why you get the aggression. And video I watched earlier, like I said, even though she said safe hands and he calmed down, still, that's a scary thing when you got a child that's hitting you back. And it's not that they hitting you back because they ain't being took. That's just something they can't control. I believe that Tourette's, in my opinion, is a form of mental health and mental disability. Because if I'm having these uncontrollable rages and twitches and stuff like that, it's not my fault. If I don't have the right medication, the right dosage, or if I miss something, I could possibly go off. And not as bad as somebody with bipolar, but I still have the opportunity to go off because I'm not in control of my nervous system. I'm not in control of everything. You got to understand that in life, not everything's going to go accordingly. But again, you got people in your family, even your kids, that are suffering from specific disabilities. You need to be on that. Appreciate you for dropping those links, serious baby. Working hard at these damn Pelicans over here, baby. Oh, they trying to fuck with a nigga. I'm up out of here. My bad. Whoop. They on my neck, y'all. Run, run. Chico coming. But you got to understand that part. You can't give up. You should never give up on your child. You should never give up on your family. Especially, again, this is something that you should be doing. Nah, I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. Don't worry. I don't be worried about them in the nighttime. So I'm just surprised I'm hearing them. Usually it be quiet. But it is what it is. But again, you got to understand that part. The greatest joys in life is helping those, especially those who need the help. Make them feel good. Now, if that situation right there would have transpired, who knows? Now, if that child would have been bigger, prime example, now you got to get the extra needed help because you ain't gonna do nothing if that boy get big, and even if he's still suffering from these issues and you're trying to help him the best way you can, you're not gonna be able to do it alone. Because now, what if it's a situation where he attacks you and you can't do nothing because you're not physically strong enough to stop him? That's why I said for those who are having those type of issues with their kids, yeah, you could do but so much, but you're gonna need the extra added help and attention with that. But make sure they getting the proper, make sure they got the proper people around them because you never know. You're gonna have people who are in that field that are doing the utmost too. And some people are actually being a part of causing the mental stress and the mental problem. Some people go off the deep end because, prime example, if they've been teased and tormented, especially if it was something that happened and they ain't had no control over it or they wasn't expecting it, that would drive them to go crazy. Because now somebody is thinking about that. That person is thinking about this situation and it's going to fester in them until it finally explodes and reaches its boiling point. That should be something to be scared about. Christy, what's going on, baby? Because again, you never know what somebody going through. That's the one thing I could say though. Some of y'all causing traumas and traumatic issues on people. Prime example, there's some of you who are putting your families out there like viral moments, right? And in that same token, think about it. These things that you record and put on this internet, they will be up here for the longest time, even well after you're gone. So be mindful of what you're doing. Again, just think about it. Have to really think about that. There's some of y'all who need to, again, think before you do things. And in this era, it seems nobody is thinking. Everything is got to be recorded. And some things are just not meant to be recorded. And if it's going to be recorded, it need to be for informational purpose if that's the case. Some of y'all putting your children out there like that. And that right there could cause some sort of traumatic experience for them. We know there's some people that live for that viral moment, others don't. Some people are not expecting to be a viral moment. The ones that don't expect it are the ones that seem to go through it the most. I watched a video earlier that should have been an educational purpose, but instead the people laughed at it. You had to see this shit. Even in the comment section, people laughing at it. Oh, yo, this is their third Yoshi. First of all, parents again start being more aware of what you doing, what you got in your house, what you got around, laying around, because if your kids get into it, that right there, it could be a problem. Now, there's no way you're going to tell me you would record your daughter being high. Apparently, his daughter ate one of his edibles, not knowing, probably didn't know it was an edible. But you know, like most kids, some kids they be hungry, some kids they see something. Oh, but see, that's the thing too. You gotta teach them to not always be quick to grab and touch things because you don't know what it is. You already know Metro. You know, and that's the crazy part about it. Now she clearly stoned as all hell. You could look at her face and tell she's stoned. But in the same token, why would you leave something lingering around like that anyway, knowing regardless of what you say, some of these kids are still going to touch and do certain things anyway. You putting it on the internet, and guess what? Now that video going to surface. There's always something, man. Look, prime example. That right there is a form of mental health. When you're killing animals and doing certain things along that line, you're enjoying it. Yeah, something is disturbingly, something is definitely disturbing. And see, this is how we can avoid having some of the problems we got now with people. Some of these people are only going psycho or been psychopathic because of specific abuses, traumas, the day ins and day outs. Again, everything does start from home, but it also starts with the people within your community too. Because we get some stories, then look what we always hear. Oh, well, we never knew. Well, we never knew that person was never like that. That person never showed any signs of. Just because a person don't show signs, don't mean it ain't something wrong with them. You can't always judge a book by the outside. You can't sit here and say, "Oh, well, I never seen them." That don't mean nothing. They probably could have been going through something and just know how to mask it in. Never know. And again, that will drive some people to feel a type of way. If they don't cause harm to themselves, they gonna cause harm to themselves and anybody around them. See, one of the stories I was reading earlier about the guy killed his mother and then stabbed himself. That right there, how much you want to bet when autopsies and everything else is concerned, they're gonna say it was due to a long stint of mental health. And that is the truth right there. If you're not on target and you're not tackling what you need to tackle, when these people are going to be running around and roaming around the world, you don't know what they could get into. You don't know what their next move could be. All it takes is one specific trigger. Again, you got to incorporate balance. Again, it is imperative that parents get on the ball when it comes to your kids. Biological kids, adopted kids, it don't matter. Nieces, nephews, whoever the hell you raising. If you know there's something wrong, make sure you get them the help that they need. And see, certain ones with certain disabilities, you have to keep a close eye on them because, again, guess what? If they decide they want to walk off, they'll walk off. If they decide nobody's paying them attention, they will walk off, and that'll be it. I remember a few summers back, this lady was going ape shit out here because she couldn't find her son. Now, some of the people think she was, they thought she was talking about the young, like a little baby or something like that. No, he wasn't grown, still a teenager. But you could tell there was something wrong there. And luckily, she did find him. She found him, but it was just the principle, like, look how quick that could have went dangerous. And he got issues. Again, y'all have to pay attention. Now they decide to walk off, disappear. You don't have a clue on where they could be at. Even if you think to try some of the spots that you think they would go to, that don't necessarily mean they're gonna be there. So again, you gotta be very visual and very hands-on when it comes to those specific situations. And honestly, I've always felt when you make fun and poke fun at people who have mental disabilities, you just as sick. You're just a different type of sick. That person is sick because of a mental imbalance. You're just sick because you're poking fun at it and you don't care about it. Again, everything is a damn joke until it hit close to home. And that's a problem within our community. Everything is a damn joke until that shit really hits hard. And then now you're playing the victim now. Now you want everybody to be sympathetic for you. But where was all of that when you were just poking fun at somebody that just had the same problems? Don't look good, do it. You got assholes that do a lot of things, realist, trust me. Now, it's one thing when you joking, it's in good banter and stuff like that. Like, see, look, y'all done heard me a couple of times here talking about the one dude on my block. Now, yeah, he got physical problems. He walking with a cane for life and all that shit. Now, we might poke fun at each other. I might poke fun at him sometimes. But guess what? I ain't poking no fun the way he feel a type of way about it. See, there's a way to do things too. It's a way you say things. Again, that will be the main thing. It's how you say things. It's not so much as what you say. It's again about having that compassion. And again, the worst thing you can do is kick somebody when they down. Doesn't matter what their issue is. That's another thing. Can't do that. It's not fair. That's why I said this is a sickness within our community. This is. And that's a danger too. Because just imagine you are part of a group that kept poking and doing certain things to these people, and now they decide to enact their revenge. Again, you parents are going to have to give a balance to your children. Focus on what you need to focus on with them. Definitely appreciate you for dropping those links series, baby. Working harder than the people in the jerk chicken spot, baby. But I'll be honest with you. I'll drop this link in a minute. That's not the way to look at it. So because I know you got a problem, I'm supposed to just neglect it. What kind of parent or what kind of family member would I be? I'm sorry, but that's the worst thing you can do. When you consistently do things to cause stress and chaos to somebody who's already going through enough stress and chaos. It's not their fault that they suffering from these illnesses. It's not their fault. And for some of y'all to really do the things you're doing, it really is sickening. See, again, I'm going to have these talks. I have these talks. Hold on, Christy. I don't know if I like you like that, Christy. Popping up on my stage like that. Christy, what's going on, baby?
What's up? What are you up to? I love what you putting out there. You're so amazing. Oh, Nate, you're so amazing. My
I
daughter is
appreciate you.
just going through the same thing.
Yeah.
And it was so rewarding for me. Grandson, she just got the prognosis like a week ago. And he's a high level of autism. Yes, he's like it's like three levels, and he's like between two and three. And she was just like, we going through the motion, and I just walked her through the whole process, the same thing that I did for her youngest brother, which is my youngest. He's age 24. I never gave him medication. I think I talked about this before. I think it was with young Reese. I no, it was another guy that was live with us. I can't remember his name. Do you remember, Nate?
You talking about young Riaz
Okay, but it was another young man too.
that was running around here?
He was.
It's too,
I think it was early. I think it was early last summer that he had got up and he had a 7 year old son. I cannot
yeah, I forgot
remember
his
his
name. I know you're
name.
talking about. I know you're
But
talking about. I just
anyways,
forgot his name.
he was experiencing the same thing, and the embarrassment, and because the way the child responds.
Yeah,
And we just had that because we did my mom's 80th birthday last Saturday,
yeah,
and my grandson, he was fine. He was fine once we got in, and that noise, the noise of everybody's voice, he
yeah,
had a bad trigger. And my daughter was holding her 6 month, my granddaughter, and she just was like, "Mom," like she was like not embarrassed that that was her son, but she was embarrassed like everybody's looking like what is wrong with him, And I went through the same thing with my 24-year-old, and it was
yeah,
just, and I just felt it. I felt it, and you guys in the chat, I'm telling you, I went outside and I tried so hard and I used the same technique with my oldest son. And he just, I mean, I never saw him like that. And you guys, I just broke down and started crying. And so one of the ladies that work, like when you come in and check in, we have reservations or whatever. She came out and a child left a toy, and
Yeah.
she cleaned it up and she brought it to me, and she was like, and I explained to her about my grandson, his disorder, and she was like, no, man, it's okay. She said, I was wondering if he would like to have his toy. She said, I cleaned it up and everything. It was left out behind, with another child. And I was like, sure, no problem, you know.
Yeah.
And so when he took the toy, he looked at it, turned it with his hand, and then he just threw it real hard. And I was like, oh my God, yes, ma'am, I'm so sorry. And she was like, no, no, no. Because, after I told her, she already knew, was aware that he had a disability. And so I'm looking at my daughter. My daughter was like, oh, mom, you know, and, this was like a special event, and people were looking like, what the hell is wrong with this kid, And so, and I had that. But I just kept coaching her and letting her know that, hey, it takes a village. You got mama. I was there. The same seat that you sitting in with your child, I was there, baby. I used to cry, Nate. I used to cry when my grandson was born.
Oh no, I could imagine.
I love little people. Even when I was a little people, Christy was the one with the kids. Come on, y'all. Come on. I got the kids.
Yeah.
Always as a teen. I love kids. I don't care what type of kid it is. You mess with my little people is on and popping. I'm coming to get you. And so now that I'm in the seat that I already went through it with my son, now it's my grandson. And I just been walking my daughter. When I first started noticing it, I was on point, just like my son. My daughter was like looking at me like, Mom, in first, and then I know to see, Mom, he's probably just shy. I said, no, we're gonna go get him tested. Sure enough, it is what it is. I with
Right.
my 24-year-old, no medication. I sharpen up that food. You ain't gonna get no McDonald's and lazy mama. I cooked, natural whole grain foods. I didn't give him no
You
my
went in the
catering
matrix
on the
again.
side. Stay home with mine.
Yeah.
Nate, you should see him now. Amazing. Amazing. Working 2 jobs. He's still here with me. But if you see Antonio, you'll be like, Antonio, ain't nothing wrong with Antonio.
Yeah.
He have a little couple of things like managing certain levels in life, like the IRS, like little stuff like he didn't sign the paper correctly. Just little things that I have to, tap in and say, hey, but he's doing great. He's doing great. Antonio's doing amazing. The grandson now, I'm tackling my grandson, making sure he's going to get all the support that he needs through IEPs, all that. I went back to school when Antonio started school all day. I went back to school and did the double major for my chef degree. And I also did child development. Cooking is my thing, catering is my thing. Running that part of my business because I had to stay home with him. So my husband said, nope, you stay home, you can work on the side, and I'll take care of home. So that allowed me to be home to make sure he had everything that he needed: the toys, the structure, the love, the support, and mostly advocating for him. Because advocating for your child is work. So I feel you on that. I'm going through it right now with the grandson, and he's going to be okay too. But I appreciate, I appreciate your content. I appreciate you so much. I really do.
I appreciate you being a part of this journey. Like a lot of y'all, I appreciate y'all all being a part of this journey. Even the ones that just now coming in recently. Like I
Hmm.
said, it's talks that we ain't gonna be able to keep neglecting and keep. It's necessary because
Yeah.
again, it should spark the interest and it should spark some of these people to wake up. You want to be on this internet all day and promote and be on the dumb shit. All
Yeah.
right, well, let's talk about the actual shit that's messing us up as a community.
You're right.
Mental
And
health
I'm
is
gonna
definitely
get
one
this
of
Miss Denisha over here. She be so busy with the kids, but I'm gonna have her surely have her come and um, get in our chat and stuff because this would have been good for her to get up. This would have been good for her to come, come and share her story, her journey. And she just starting, you know what I mean? And she was
them.
like, "Oh, mom, it just, like today she was saying, Mom, thank you so much, Mom, for guiding me." And I mean, as soon as I told her, she hopped right on it. She was not playing. And once you said, you have to be there for them babies and make sure their needs are getting met, and you start, talking about that part. Oh
Yeah,
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 she's up on it. Yep, she'll be 33 July 10th this year. And so she wasn't a teen mom like mama was.
yeah.
Danisha, she was ready for her babies and she loved them so much. I was just telling her, I said, baby, I'm so proud of you. I am
Yeah.
so proud of you. How every angle she did, she's walking the steps, the same steps that I walked with her baby brother. Yes, she is.
That's a blessing right there. Hold on one second. Blackout, what's going on? Letitia, baby.
And hey,
Hold on.
look at her mama. I was on the
Mhm.
grind for mine and was at them schools. If I felt that I need to be close to them, I was volunteering. I was going on those field trips to the point where the kids was asking my kids, "When your mama coming?" I used to bring my own little stickers, my own little prizes for them. Yes, it made the teachers feel good because that's another thing. Once they see the parents uh is very concerned and supportive in advocating for their kids, oh, they love that. They love it. They love when the teachers, I mean, when the parent is engaged with the school. I stayed up there, and they know when it's good or bad. Christy's coming, here I am,
Right.
and so yeah, I just wanted to add that to it, that, yeah, I'm going through the same thing now with my grandson. Went through it with my son, and now it's my grandson. And so he got his mom's support. He got the whole entire grandpa's here. He's here supporting. I'm
Yeah,
supporting. And the mother and father is in the home supporting. And that
exactly.
makes a huge difference in the child. And the natural foods, everybody, make sure McDonald's is okay to reward every once in a while. But when they're under those conditions and they have those disabilities, we want to give them nice, rich, whole foods, healthy stuff, not
Facts.
fatty stuff. And, snacks, give them a fruit. They have beautiful apples. They could be sweet, sweet, sweet,
Yeah,
but give them an apple. And that young man, he likes apples. My grandson, you can't give him a candy bar. He'll pick that apple over that candy bar. So with the nutrition is very important too. So she's on top of that nutrition as well. So
yeah.
I'm so proud of her. So, oh my God. So
Oh,
so proud of my daughter.
hold
But
on
I'm
one
gonna
second.
jump down.
No, wait, hold on a sec. Hold on one second. Hold on. You
Okay.
gonna stop talking about my punk ass dragon realist before I make that nigga bite you, son. You see this nigga right here, son. Mo, what's going on, baby? Y'all already know if y'all just tuned in, hit the like button. And if y'all new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. Nah, but Christy, look, that's the best thing you could possibly do. See, you showing an example of things. That's right there is an example for something that need to hear that. I'm leaving this shit on general. I don't give a damn. Look here, because kids have heard me say some things on here. I'm quite sure.
Mm-hmm.
But it
Mm.
ain't to the point where I ain't getting to a point. Like, look, he might have cursed 1,000 times, but he was right. Like, yeah, like, look,
Yeah,
we're gonna keep it
absolutely.
real.
Your content is just, man, you need to be huge right now. I said, look at Nate. Go on, Nate. I'm like, oh shoot, I'm up here. He don't even know I'm dealing with the same, and I already did it with the 24-year-old, and that's my youngest. My oldest, he'll be 38 this year. My
Yeah,
oldest son, and they be like, Chrissy, you don't look here. You don't look like you got them old kids getting up there. And I walk every day, and then I was noticing you was walking.
yeah.
It was yesterday. I said, Nate, you just don't know. I be walking every day too. I walk every day. I
The
sure
best,
do.
because it's the
It
best
keeps
form to keep yourself
your
active.
body tight. It keeps your lungs good. It keeps you energy. It keeps you happy. I walk every single day. I sure do. My husband be sitting right here and be like, "Where you going?" I'm about to go down the street and walk. Absolutely, going to
Yeah,
walk. So yeah. Life is good. That's why y'all see me be moving around in that chat. Life is
mhm,
great, because I try to love people every day. You know, it could be a homeless person from a disabled person down my street. You know, I try to love and bless at least 2 to 3 people a day, and sometimes it's multiple. So my journey is just to love other than someone than myself. I love myself. I make sure I take care of myself, but I always make sure I love somebody else other than myself. you know and so my grandson, oh man, I'm ready to advocate for him. They gonna say grandma is on point. Grandma is on point. I just want the best for him. And so he's a terrific little young man. It just, some of the things is alarming, and some of them are some of the things that he does is
yeah,
different from my son. So it's like, oh, it's like I'm starting over again, but it's okay. It's okay. And I'm just hoping no medication that's is needed. Um, we'll know the next couple of weeks.
yeah.
And I'm just praying that you know that is not going to be needed. And then my daughter's like, no, no, no. So the teacher today did a technique that she said is working.
Yeah.
And so, because he like runs off, like try to run. And so she put like a special type of weight on his
Mhm.
feet. So he's not moving you know, like crazy. You know what I mean? And
Yeah, he ain't
so,
speeding up. Yeah.
yeah. And so I told my daughter, she said, Mom, he wasn't bad as he was yesterday. And I said, well, because of them damn weights, he probably was tired. She said, when I came up, he was just sitting there on the floor. I said, shit, he probably was tired. Because they had the weights on him. So he probably was like, shit, I don't want to move no more. I'm tired now. I'll sit down. So when my daughter came, picked him up today, he was sitting there. I said, well, he gonna get there. I mean, this is his first week of school. And it's early in prevention. So it's a type of program that they do a hands-on experiencing with the parent and child to kind of guide them in the beginning, and then after. Well, this is how they did with my oldest son. They did an early in prevention, and it was 4 months that
Mhm.
I stayed with the school with him. And then after the 4 months, they was like, "Hey, you gotta, you know." You got to go. But with her, it was only 2 weeks. So they kind of like switching up. So you know, he's 3 and he's 24. So years have changed since then. So, and it's a whole different school that he's in, but same technique, but different school. So, you know, we just gonna take a step at a time, and she's moving in the right direction. So I'm just happy about that. And I know he's gonna get all the assistance that he needs. I'm gonna make sure of it. Cause every step of the way, she's like, Mom, what do you think? I want to be standing right there, you know, and to say, hey, this is a go, or if it's not a go.
Yeah.
But we're not rushing into medication. Um, the medication, one of the ones they try to put my oldest son on, what was like, I think it was Respirol, and so I think it was 7 years after that. It was all over the news. They had a recall on that. Um, they they was giving it to the boys, and the boys, when they, as they grew older and they like in their preteens, they start developing growing breasts. So they, that same medication they was trying to give me to give my son, I wouldn't give it to him. And I thought, oh my God, if I would have gave him that medication, he would have been having titties
Yeah.
from the medication. And I thought, okay, when a woman is pregnant, they don't want to, they tell us, oh, we can't take this, we can't take that. The only thing that we can take is Tylenol. And now they're saying the Tylenol that my daughter took is causing the autism.
Yeah.
It's causing them with these disabilities. So I tell all the young mothers, I don't know what to tell you, but I wouldn't take Tylenol. And that's sad because that's the only thing a woman can take pregnant if she has a headache or backache or whatever. That's the only pain pill that they can take. But it's causing a side effect with the baby. Tylenol. Nobody take Tylenol. If your kid get pregnant, if you get pregnant, don't take it.
Yeah.
That's all. That's it. Love y'all. I'ma
Nah,
drop down.
I appreciate you for popping in. See, like you just dropped gems, and but you also just dropped the blueprint for some people who should take heed to that. Again, not everybody in a family is gonna not escape something. It's almost the same way. Like, look, almost every damn household, somebody got some sort of high blood pressure, some sort of whatever, some sort of disability. But again, you setting the blueprint. And that's how it's supposed to be. And shout outs to Christy though. That's how it's supposed to be. There's some of y'all that don't want to take the responsibilities, but look, you're gonna have to. And again, that right there is a pure example of, again, not just focusing on yourself, but also focusing on the people that need it the most, the ones that need to focus. That's all y'all gotta remember, man. Look, this woman right here just showed you a prime example of how it should be done. I done had fellas come on here and say the same thing almost. They come on here and dealt not just with themselves, but dealt with family. Like I said, the dude that lived on my block, out of all his kids, his youngest kid was the only one that, you know, ended up with both. He had mental and physical disabilities. And he treated him just like he treated all his other kids. Nothing but love, respect. And guess what? The days that he needed to break, he had the people that helped. He had his brothers and sisters helping, and he had other family members that's helping. And that's how it really is supposed to be. You don't leave your peoples on stuck. You don't make them feel like they're a waste of space because they're not. They still here. Yo, Hood, didn't I tell you to stop coming in here with that madness, son? Matter of fact, here, since you wanna, yeah, we gonna give you a health crisis right now. Tired of your shit. That's why your favorite player is trash, and he ain't gonna never be the GOAT. Come in here with that LeBron James jersey. Tired of you, man. Come in here with that stuff, son. Don't go live tomorrow, son. That's what I'm gonna tell you. Don't go live tomorrow, son. You know how petty I'm about to get with you, son. Don't go live tomorrow. Nah, you good, Lady Shay. And Tanya and everybody else that popped up in here. I ain't forget about you. Oh no, I don't want to come up here now, son. I don't want to come up here now, son. Talking about you Jersey deep, son. Got time for that. What you want, son? What you want?
Don't be talking about my motherfucking favorite player, nigga. Don't be talking about my favorite player, nigga. I'll come to New York, smack the shit out you, bro.
Sounded good.
Don't be talking.
Good.
Don't be talking about Brown, bro. Don't play with me, man.
We gonna talk about it. Matter of fact, since you disrespecting my gangster with my pet dragon over here, I'll be right back.
This nigga is stupid, bro.
Come here with that shit, son. Don't come here with that shit.
Sis? Tanya in the fucking building. Y'all know what it is. Shout out to my sister. Make sure y'all subscribe to Tanya. James, what up? Realist, what's good? Serious S, what's popping?
Wait a minute, Marlene live too? Wait a minute. Yeah, I swear there's so many notifications going on.
I get your notifications, but I don't like, it's like I get certain people's notifications, but I don't get other people's notifications. I get your shit.
Yeah.
I don't get a lot of people's shit when they go live. It's just like I just be going through the fucking shit and then I see them.
Yeah. Didi, what's going on, baby? Who else popped up in here without no taco burritos? Selena, what's going on, baby? I'm messing with you. I see you, Tanya, with all those taco burritos. Taco burritos. Man, I had to bring that talk today, son, because I don't know, son. Just it threw me off. Like I said, you got people that are messed up, and they shouldn't be dealing with that. Like I said, there's no way you gonna tell me. I know, prime example. If I know my grandmother is, and nobody else is really around, nigga, I'm on it. Yo, what you need, grandma? Yo, what you need? Even if I know it's a point where she ain't walking no more, grandma, you need something? I got you. Don't even worry about nothing.
That's automatic, bro. That's automatic.
Nah, but you got some people that they ain't thinking automatic, bro. I'm telling you, they leave their peoples out to dry. They don't give a damn.
That's automatic. For somebody like me, like, you know what I'm saying? That's automatic. Grandma needs something. That's automatic, bro.
Yeah. I felt bad for that lady because for her to have to ask somebody else, even the person that's not her family, to go to the store for her because you can't trust your granddaughter, shit crazy. Like, come on now.
Oh no, your grandparents need something. I mean, where my grandparents, you know what I'm saying? They would have need something. I used to take my grandparents to the doctors and all that shit.
Yeah. Wait a minute.
That should be automatic, man. Like, it's automatic. Should be. You know what I'm saying? You got a lot of bums out here.
Yeah. Yeah, but I'm not gonna lie. That's just, I don't know. That's just not something that should be done. Because again, I believe in that swift karma. The shit you do, especially the people that you know you can help, that should have come back and bite you in the ass.
Oh yeah, all these people that be shitting on people now while they're young and all that shit. Bro, that shit gonna come back. That shit gonna come back to them, bro. It's gonna come back to you, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
you put out that negative, you put out that just straight negative energy. You know what I'm saying? That shit gonna come back to you, bro.
Wait a minute. I got somebody else popping up here. Wait a minute. Let me find out we got you out the woodworks to come on the stage. What's going on, Lady Shay, baby?
Peace and love. Peace and love. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, you good.
Yo, Shay Baby, salute.
Salutes to you. Don't know your name, but salutes to you. But yeah, just
Hey,
wanted to hop
PMG.
up real quick, Finally got me up here, you know what I'm saying? Finally got me up here, so yeah, just had to say hi real quick.
Oh, we got her out the shadows, baby. We got you out the shadows today. Nah, you good though. Good that you popped in though. No, we having that good old convo that we need right now. Nah, but it's crazy though, because again, I'm looking at it from that standpoint. I shouldn't have to rely on certain people. Now, if it's a situation where I have to, like if I know I'm not going to literally be there, all right, yo, son, look, I need you to do me a solid. I don't care. Yo, look, I'm gonna pay you this, nigga. I need you to do this for me real quick. Hold it down for me while I'm gone. So, like, if anything go down, nah, but it's the truth. If anything go down, let me know. Like,
Hey,
shoot.
yo, shout out to Sirius S A from SA Virgo from Georgia. Shout out to Sirius S, man.
Yeah, that's the top flight shooter of the content, Craig. Not just the series, the content, Craig. Appreciate you for dropping those links again, series, baby. Working hard in the Chinese workers in the restaurant, baby.
Yeah, this nigga stupid, yo. This nigga Nate is an idiot.
Hey, I gotta be. Who the fuck knocked this? Yo, your mother ain't shit.
Yo, you saw you saw when you heard what happened to Chinks?
Who? The hell happened?
You heard what happened to Chinks bundles?
What the hell?
Then they got locked up the other night. These niggas locked this nigga up for a warrant that had been dismissed like some years ago and shit. This nigga was in jail like 4 or 5 days, bro.
Crazy. Nah, you gotta be mom. Well, see, that's the thing though. Like, and that's the thing. Hey, look, my boy just went through that recently. That nigga said, "Yo, son, how you gonna take me in for something that been got thrown away, son?" And I was like, he said, "If I would have never went to the store to get that sandwich, nigga, they wouldn't have
But
caught
yo,
me."
son, he was in a Uber. He was in an Uber, so they should have never even questioned that nigga. They should have just fucked with the driver. They shouldn't have really been fucking with that nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Fact.
New York police, y'all niggas move different. Like, I don't know, New York police be on some other shit, man. But
Yeah, they been moving.
I done had good encounters with New York police. I was on the Verrazano Bridge.
Mm,
I was drinking and driving and smoking and shit. And fucking, I had a bottle of fucking Grey Goose, and it was
crazy. Ah, man, but that's the
nothing.
craziest part about it.
The niggas was like, "Yo, either you can go to jail or pour the bottle out." I was like, "Nigga, what kind of dumbass shit is that, nigga? Either I can go to jail or pour the bottle out. Of course, I'm gonna pour the bottle out, nigga." You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like, yo, fuck out of here. I didn't had some cool encounters with New York police, but I didn't had some bad encounters too, though.
Nah, but that's like that everywhere, son. You're gonna have them small handfuls that give you the fucking hassle. Some of them niggas gonna be real with you though, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. Some of them will sit there and tell you, "Yo, look, we ain't looking for nothing else but this. If you ain't got it, don't worry about it." I remember one dude before it became legal, his dumb ass, the cop up, the D's ran up, niggas in the spot chilling. But they was like, "Yo, we not worried about. Listen, if you got weed, let us know. If you got something that you know you ain't
Yeah.
supposed to have, let us know because we ain't looking for nothing petty." They was only there for the drugs and the guns because they had got a damn word talking about some. Oh, this is the spot that they be doing this and that. And somebody called in a fake report, basically. But while he was there, he was like, "Yo, listen, if you got anything you ain't supposed to have, let me know now." Nigga told him like, "Yo, son, if you even if it's just weed, son, let us know, son. Like, we not going to take that, not confiscating. We ain't here for nothing." Dumbass, ain't listen.
Crazy, man.
Nigga got caught with the whole fucking ounce and a half. Nigga said,
New
"Oh, you
York
going
police
there?
is
Like,
in it,
didn't I just tell you to let me know something? Like, why would you even try to hide it? Like, come on, bro."
niggas is wilding, man. We in the
Mm-mm.
building, man. Shout out to the realest 100 here. Shout out to the realest lady Shay Butter. We in the fucking building, man. Shout out to Nate the Great, DJ Tanya, Renee, D-Day, Didi. Make sure y'all subscribe, turn your notifications on, man.
Yeah, because I know some of y'all don't be getting notifications. Some people actually got unsubbed. That was another thing. I had to sub back to somebody recently because I'm like, wait a minute, I done been in a live, I done commented on their shit, and they done unsub me. They don't like me like
Yo,
that.
son, I didn't did that shit. I didn't had to fucking I unsubscribe to somebody, then I subscribe back to them and turn all my notifications on live and everything. Cause it's like when they go live, I don't get my notifications.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta literally go in your subscription list to see who live, or sometimes they'll pop up on your timeline.
Yeah,
They're bugged out, but you know how we do over here. Though, so.
shit spooky, man.
But it's more spooky now. Like I was saying, that's why I brought up the topic today because I'm like, you got people who are literally going through it, even on a mental note, and some of these people end up, they end up getting too violent. They end up lashing out in the wrong places, the wrong times. And then we get those stories, and then look, this person has a long history of. Well, where the hell is the people that's supposed to be trying to help? Like, where's your family at? Where's your people? And that's what I'm saying. People shouldn't be thrown out there like that, bro. Too dangerous as it is now. You end up getting into a situation with somebody don't even know they really got severe mental health issues. You might have had to do something you ain't want to do. And I sit with you for a minute, bro. Like, damn, son, I really ain't even. That's why I say you need to start reopening up these programs, especially for those who need the added help. Because even the young ones is out here going through it right now. Just had a whole teenager the other day. I'm wondering who was doing all the screaming and hollering. Because they screaming and hollering like arguing with somebody. He's sitting there arguing with himself. I'm like, yo, this boy look like he's not even 21 yet. Like,
He
this is
was
what I'm saying.
arguing
The
with
people that
himself.
need
That nigga
help,
was faded like that.
bro, he wasn't even. You could tell when somebody high, drunk. No, you could tell he really had something wrong with him. He sat in the middle of the block and just started arguing with himself. I'm like, oh shit. Like, I'm just looking like, let me make sure it don't have to be nothing. Because I'm out and about when I'm on my job. So when shit go down, I gotta be on point. But I'm just like, I hope you don't do nothing crazy in front of the job, and I gotta create a report about it. But it's sad because again, that young, where the hell is your family at? Was they even out looking for you? Like come on. You could have did something just because you in that type of mental rage. And that could be your last because somebody might not care about what's going on with you. And that's one thing I always said. You do have to be mindful of people's mental health. You never know who's really going through it for real. Shit crazy out here, man. That's why I'm trying to wake some people up that need to be woken up because again, you can't ignore that and you can't overlook that. Like I said, some of these people be going missing now. Like I said, I walked past 3 posters today while I was taking my morning walk. Like I said, all of them was adults, but again, had severe mental health issues or long histories with that. Anybody that's suffering from bipolar, schizophrenia, even autism and stuff along those lines, guess what? They are the ones that are prone to disappear. I'll be real with that, man. This ain't no game no more. And then you got people out here that they they messing with them to an extent. Like prime example, I'm not gonna be sitting here recording somebody I know got mental health issues at all, and I'm definitely not gonna put it on the internet for the world to see. And then you got some of these people that are sick anyway, saying the dumbest shit out their mouth. That's what I'm saying. You gotta just really bring that back, man. That compassion, that humanity, that need to come back more than anything. Like I was saying earlier, I believe we suffer from some sort of sickness within the community on both levels. Because again, spiritually is wrong to be poking or even abusing people who have these type of issues. But you have people that just don't care and they'll do it. Again, that karma come back swift. Like prime example, like I was saying earlier, that girl being recorded by her father because she high. That's not funny. Some people was in that comment section laughing. That's why I said parents, and I'm gonna say this again: parents, guardians, be careful and be mindful of what you putting on this internet. You trying to catch a viral moment, and you don't even know you causing the only uproar in your family. No doubt. Have a good one, Angela, baby. Club security outside. That's realist. Trust me. We did not just say that earlier. You have people that do asshole things. But see, those people, they get a swift karma that's coming. And they get it when they least expect it. Yo, ain't you the homie that did this is in the third year? Bam! And then now what? Papa Will, what's going on, man? You know, and that's what I'm saying. You got to be mindful. Certain things you do, especially the people who could be suffering from any of those disabilities, oh, you'll get that karma swift. And it'll come back as quick as you least expect. Man, listen, come back as quick as you give it. If it don't, it'll come down the line. Again, just because they are suffering from either disability, physically or mentally, that doesn't mean you do the unnecessary. That doesn't mean you do things that are not right. D Chef, what's going on, my guy? Because it's not fair. Again, I don't watch situations unfold, even in my area, where it didn't look good. Because again, it's only so much you're going to do to people before something get done back to you. And again, that's the worst thing in the world when you're sitting there, you know, provoking situations the way you provoke it, basically. Again, you don't know what these people go through. You don't know how deep it can get. You better be on point with it, though. But again, there's certain traumas that are being caused that could even lead to that. Because again, you put in certain situations and scenarios on this internet, and you forgot those videos that would be quote unquote viral clips are going to be around forever, floating around everywhere. Don't forget that part. And see, with that video I seen, I should have left that up there because that could have been another teachable moment again of what not to do as a parent. I don't care if my child did stumble on the son he wasn't supposed to. I'm not going to record it. And I'm not going to put it up there for the people to see. I'm sorry, just not going to do that. And then some of you set yourselves up because now look, I have people that roam in them comments that might be saying the utmost or doing the utmost. Prime example, you put your child in an embarrassing moment and it reaches that internet, they gonna be in for it. Because when certain people see it, oh, that's the one that was, yo, you viral, you going viral. And they shouldn't be going viral because of mistakes or just because of specific things that were put on here by their parents. Again, your parents gonna have to start acting like parents and not children. Not everything is meant to be recorded and put on this internet again. Think, man. Sorry, because now you triggering them. Just imagine you put your kid out there when that could be an embarrassing moment for them, and now that's on the internet. You don't know how many people are gonna react. You don't know how many people might snicker. You don't know none of that shit. But you're doing it anyway because you feel that's the way to do it. That don't look right. Again, we done seen people flip their lid basically because of all the laughing, all the jokes. the provoking. Even in some situations, it becomes physical. But again, this is a part of a sickness that's in our community now. Everything must be recorded. I'm telling you, there's just some things in life you should want to just keep to yourself on all angles. Keep it to yourself. Sorry, but it's not right. You got to think about what you're doing. Now, if you want to put your kid on there, you want to put your kid on there because it's something that's wholesome, I didn't let it stay that way. But you putting them on there at their most embarrassing moments, it won't sit well. Prime example, I could go back to y'all remember that old viral clip when the little white boy slapped his mama and told her to shut the F up or some shit like that along those lines. There ain't no way in the hell, I'm sorry. There's no way any other parent would have allowed that. But that right there was a sign that that boy needed help. And a lot of times, guess what? They need the fathers in the house. I ain't gonna get away from that. That is another reason why if you're gonna build and build with somebody, you're making sure they here for the long haul. And when you got people who will step in and try to do what's necessary, let them do so. I'm telling you, the worst case scenario for real. The worst case scenario again is allowing these things to trigger the wrong type of aggressions and behaviors. But again, as a parent, and you know your children are suffering on any level, you need to access and process what's needed, and from there you move forward. Again, even in life, when it comes to parenting, it's a process of elimination. Do I want my child to succeed? That's solely up to me. If I don't do anything, if I don't try to help in the ways I could help, I'm essentially letting my child be raised by the wolves, basically. Nah, Realist, you remember that one second? That shit went viral everywhere. I remember, matter of fact, that was a clip from that Dr. Phil show, like I said. But that shit went viral all around the world where it showed this is what happens to a degree. See, there's certain situations that they not just affecting our community, they affect everybody's community. That boy probably had aggression issues because I ain't see no father figure in there. And again, that's on all angles. The father's gonna have to start being more involved. Kid you not on that. Because guess what? When you have a balanced home, you'll have a balanced life when it comes to certain things. I'm sorry, there ain't no way in the hell that was acceptable for that to even happen. No child should ever, and I mean ever. Now again, with that situation I've talked about earlier, that boy clearly had problems. So had a mental disability that he can't help some of the things he's going through. That boy that slapped his mama on, he ain't had no health going on. That's just a sign that you ain't got no real male figure in the house to lay down the rules and regulations the way it's supposed to be done. You know, to think about that. You know, again, for those who are suffering and they can't help some of the things they're doing, they need the most attention, the most help more than anything. But again, you gotta remember that. Gotta have a strong duty when it comes to raising your kids or just helping the people that need the help. Again, you might not want to hear what's going on. Might not like I'm the one that's saying it. You need to accept what I'm saying tonight. You need to accept that for what it is right now. We will be our own downfalls when we don't tackle what needs to be tackled. And I mean on all levels. Again, there's some people who are stressing out because they're not getting the proper help. But again, I was saying in this instance, it's time to start bringing back the family dynamics again. Everybody cannot be selfish and for self. Fathers start getting more involved. For some of you women that need to hear it, let these men, especially the good ones who are doing what they need to do, let them be involved. Whether you still with them or not, let them be involved with their kids in the upbringing. I can't stress that no more. No, I'm sorry, but how are we gonna eliminate anything if we ain't trying to really get down and tackle it? And you know what's funny? I never even did a follow up on that. And I know it's been years since it happened, but still, you never know. Maybe that boy might have actually got the help he needed. And I'm sorry. Anybody else would have thought to raise their hand and slap their mama knew what consequences was coming behind it. So, but in these two situations, one simply just couldn't control what was going on with him because of his mental health disabilities. The other one was just crying out for help. So again, with those instances, a lot of times you don't necessarily put your kids on the medications. 9 out of 10, some of them do it the natural way. Find natural remedies that will help with them. Now, see, with this one, I don't know if she was putting a kid on the med or nothing, but like I said, for her to say safe hands and he just stopped altogether, again, that means she took her time regardless to what, because she's dealt with this long enough. Again, you're a parent. You're a parent that has a child with a disability. Yes, you are supposed to love them just as equally, just as much as you love your other kids. And don't leave them out to dry. And don't make them feel like they're a burden on your life. Because again, you brought life into the world regardless. Sparky, what's going on, baby? And that's what I'm saying. There are some people who don't necessarily need the medication. If it's targeted when it's supposed to be targeted, if it's looked at when it's supposed to be looked at, you could possibly avoid that. I know some people who got mental health disabilities and they don't take medication. They know when to get in control of themselves. It'd be hard sometimes, but shoot, I one or two of them to be around me every other day. You'll never know that they got something wrong with them because they chill out. But this is, again, what happens when you have parents and loving family that know what the situation is and is willing to help. Because even as parents dealing with that situation, yeah, some of y'all are going to get stressed out. Because you need that time. You need that breathing time. Everybody needs a break. If I'm working hard already as it is, and then I got to deal with a child that's disabled and needs my overall undivided help and attention, that's extra stressful. That's why I said the families need to come back together and start helping the right way. I hear you, Sparky. Like I said, some people just, you find something that's good for them that'll keep them out of that good old anger, keep them out of that depression. You'd be surprised. Shoot, shoot, you never know. Some people actually have talents that are lying underneath. Don't think that the people with mental health issues don't have talents either. No, they do. Trust me, they do. But it has to be the right situation to bring out that talent or bring out whatever skill. Again, you gotta have balance in your life more than anything. Like you never overlook things. And a lot of times, look, you gotta find the things that will keep them calm. You gotta give them that balance, even like you would give a regular kid a balance. You can't let them stay stuck on certain things for too long because then now they'll be stuck in that trance. Now, when it's time for them to, prime example, come on, we gotta go eat. Oh, I don't want to go. You'll get one of those 9 out of 10. That's why you gotta give them a balance. You know, again, educate your kid to the best. Never are supposed to give up. That's at least my view and opinion on it. Never supposed to give up the fight because that's exactly what they're doing. They're fighting. And it's a day-to-day battle. It's a day-to-day struggle. Like I said, in certain situations, you have to prepare more for hospital bills or hospital stays, so on and so forth. No doubt, Sparky. You already know, baby. I seen your dog too in that little short video you did. Big little rascal. Up and started back raining, y'all. Started back raining. But the link is still pinned in case anybody else want to chime in. If not, I ain't gonna hold y'all all night. I think I pretty much said what I needed to say to a degree. But again, it is about a process of elimination, parents. What's more important? Your child's safety and survival or your own personal needs? Sorry, but these type of talks, these type of conversations, they ain't going nowhere. And there'll never be a repeat on things because again, there's always something new happening. Oh, another thing I wanted to finish chiming in on. Again, about some of the things I was speaking this morning. There's some of you out here who are vaping. Some of y'all vaping to the point where you're hurting yourselves. Hurting yourselves physically. Story I told y'all this morning, like I said, that man is going to need double lung transplant. You don't want to be stuck in a situation like that again. And that right there is a form of disability because, again, you're not able to do much of what you want to do. And before I do get up out of here, again, I'm going to stress that to the fullest. There's some things you don't need to put in your body because they're going to tear you up from the inside out. And if you're only doing certain things because you're trying to follow a crowd, you won't follow them into a road of uncertainty. Kid you not, man. Yeah, the vape is a whole nother monster because, again, you don't know what all you're putting in your body. And again, some of y'all need to do the research because before this really became a thing, they was already telling you it could be warnings to that. You know, and this is the thing. Talks like this tonight, they gonna come a dime a dozen. They gonna come, even if it ain't every night. You know me, I tackle anything I feel need to be tackled for that day. Again, process of elimination. I'm still gonna be tackling that part. A lot of y'all need to realize that. The things that are happening around you or the things that could happen for you, again, it solely lies on you. And this is an awareness tonight that was needed again. And I will be having more talks like this, having a lot of different talks. Like I said, I don't delve away from certain things too long. When there's other things that I know I'm going to tackle, I'm tackling them. And again, I'm all for the uncomfortable conversation. That uncomfortable conversation at some point leads to healing, leads to growth, and it leads to solutions. So again, we have things in life we wish we didn't have to worry about, but we are going to have to worry about it. And the things that are, again, not in your control, the only thing you can do is keep your spirits high, give prayers and meditation, and then, again, just try to do what you possibly can do. You know, again, we should get back to that part of humanity. It seems like a lot of us have lost that. If this was the army, a lot of y'all would have failed the damn test. Why? Because you left your peoples behind. You left your people on stuck, which you should never do. Nobody should ever be left behind or feel left behind. There are people right now, again, I'm going to go back to this. People with physical disabilities that can't walk or can't do certain things, they're still living their lives. They're still living their lives. They're around the right type of people with again, the right type of uplifting spirits that you need. You need to be uplifted. You're going to have to. I can't sit there and watch my brother or my sister or anybody that I rock with. I can't see them go down a dark path and I don't try to do something to help. I wouldn't be me. You know, again, some things you're not going to be able to control, but things you can control, make sure that it's in the best light, in the best fashion. So I can really tell y'all tonight. I feel I said enough that I needed to say, at least for now. You know, at some point we revisit this. But there's a couple of stories I got to catch up on too, because again, some of it is being linked to mental health. And some people will try to say, oh, that's just a distraction. That not all of these stories are distractions. Because again, we have people that are walking around the earth as we speak now that could be mentally gone. And all it takes is a specific trigger or a specific situation for them to fully go off. Now, again, start coming back with that. Bring back the education where it's needed. Start helping. Before I get up out of here, I definitely want to take the time out to appreciate, like I always do, and give shout outs and loves to everybody that's been a part of this growth and still being a part of this growth. Like I said, we're going to keep tackling these topics until we get to some sort of common ground. All for the talks, even the most uncomfortable ones. But those is ones we can't avoid no more. Cage, what's going on, my guy? We can't avoid them no more. So I'll definitely see you on these YouTube streets at some point this evening. And I'll be back in the morning with the site, definitely. Oh yeah, I forgot. It's about to be Friday. I gotta get to working on my next Friday short. Don't worry. Y'all know I'm gonna be stupid with it. Expect more shorts. Expect more thumbnails. Expect a little bit more everything. That's how we gotta do it over here. For those who might have just been tuning in, you can definitely catch the replay. Shouts to Hood TMZ. Shouts to Lady Shea Butter for popping in. Shouts to Christy, baby. Definitely hope somebody did get something out of this. This is the talks that we're going to continue to have. But let me get up out of here. Definitely appreciate everybody. And I'll definitely see y'all in the morning. Y'all was new to the channel. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Shout out to the replay game. Shout out to the Shadow Mafia and the Shadow Babies. Y'all know what it is, baby. For everybody that was in attendance tonight, y'all already know that love is love and it'll be reciprocated as such. I don't know how to be fake. All I do is give you real. And that's all I'm going to do is give you real topics and real builds. Brown Sweet, what's going on, baby? Yeah, you can definitely catch the replay, sis. Definitely with some good talk tonight. And I'll definitely be back for it. Bronze, you late for church, man. Always late for church, man. Oh, man. Again, for those who might have just been coming in, you catch the replay. And again, I'll definitely see y'all for that early morning. It might be earlier than 11:30, so don't worry. We got some more business to discuss. So y'all stay safe. Keep that third eye open. And until the next live, we out of here. Peace and blessings.